Look, they're wild African boxthorn. Parrots and cockatoos like those. They do. They're from Africa. There are a couple of native boxthorns in Australia that are related to them, but these ones are weeds that grow wild, so parrots avail themselves of their delicious berries. Parrots like green apples too. They do. That's a drunken parrot tree from South Africa. Hasn't bloomed yet, but when it does, it drips so heavy with nectar that the parrots can get drunk if it ferments. So it's called drunken parrot tree. Schotia afra. I can't wait till the parrots partake of that beautiful nectar. I wouldn't like to see them get drunk though, but I would like to see them enjoy the nectar. It drips so heavily, apparently, when it has blooms, that the nectar just gets fermented. I've been feeding it to the goat. The goat likes the leaves. So I figured that trimming it back might get it to bloom for the first time. It's growing so well. I've been waiting for it to bloom. I grew it from a seed that I bought from a seed supplier. It's taken so long. It's drought resistant and frost resistant. It can stand quite a heavy frost. Look at all this beautiful greenery. At least the goat eats the leaves. Humans can eat the beans. It's been called Hottentot bean. That's one of its names, is Hottentot bean. What else is it called? Karoo bean? I'm not sure. Look at all these crab apples. They're going to make the parrots happy soon as they ripen. Parrots love crab apples. If you want parrots in your garden, just grow crab apples and they'll come eventually. They'll come. The parrots will come eventually for the crab apples. There's a parrot. All silhouetted, but it's a parrot nevertheless. Listen to that. I think that's a parrot too. It's an eastern rosella. It's up there somewhere. Where are you? There you are. Say a thing. Go on, say it. There's the bottom of an eastern rosella. Hello, little eastern rosella. Aren't you lovely? I just go for a walk with my camera talking about parrots and you turn up. Isn't it beautiful? That's an eastern rosella. And it is he or he that just made that song we heard. That's not the silhouetted one, it must be its friend. The silhouetted one is over there somewhere. This is Australian iconography of Sao biscuits, of Rosella tomato sauce. It's been used in Australian advertising for all of the last century. Come on, sweetie pie, let's have a close-up. Let's try again and hope it focuses. Focus, go on. It's quiet today near Christmas, isn't it, on the weekend? All I can hear is a tractor in the distance. Everybody comes for apples here. The foxes come for apples, the wallaby comes for apples, the possum comes for apples, the birds come for apples. Have I left anybody out? Maybe rats. The apples. There's apples for my friends. Lots of apples because I've got so many friends. There are parrots in that Aleppo pine, aren't there? There they are. They've come for apples. They'll be down in a minute. There's a pair of parrots. I saw a video on YouTube of parrots in the Northern Territory eating the flowers of this native plant, pigface. Well, they weren't eating the flowers, they were eating the seeds after the flowers were finished. I think there's a fruit too, isn't there? Yes, there's a fruit. So, parrots will come for the seeds and the fruit of this little pig face. I saw it on YouTube, so that's something for me to look forward to. We've got lots of pig face all over the place now, just waiting for them to grow big and make lots of blooms and lots of fruits. Of course, parrots will eat ruby saltbush berries too. Look, there they are. Little native Australian fruit eaten by our first people, edible for humans and parrots. I'm going to eat this one, but I'll spit out the seed and let it grow into a new shrub. Yummy, sweet and salty. Parrots like them. They will come. This ruby saltbush is getting very big now. And next time it's covered in berries, there'll be lots and lots of parrots here. Isn't it wonderful? Ruby saltbush. Most birds will enjoy grapes. Blackbirds like grapes. Do parrots like grapes? I think they do. Parrots like mulberries too. Pity there's a drought on. Pity there's a drought on at the moment. Parrots and cockatoos like quinces. These ones won't be ripe for quite some time though. But they do love quinces. This is a pomegranate bloom, pomegranate blossom. The king parrots know how to open a pomegranate and get the seeds out. They're very clever. That's a lovely pomegranate bloom, isn't it? It's gorgeous.